Hi guys, today's July 10th, 2022. I'm making this video because I've been kind of feeling called really to speak out about this. It's not really, it's something I definitely don't mind talking to people on like a one-on-one, person-to-person basis where I can kind of gauge what people are feeling or what their energy is like. It's a lot easier, but I really feel called to make this video because I'm really seeing a lot more people struggling lately with dark night of the soul, deep states of depression, feeling so alone and silent and just depressed, for lack of a better word. Also, I've personally experienced extreme states of anxiety, panic attacks for like no reason, just physical, symptoms, and I really want to talk about it with people because I really believe these are different physical symptoms that are part of the ascension process, our spiritual evolution of consciousness, the awakening, the new age belief system type stuff, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter, but whatever, the way I see it is, human consciousness is evolving from 3D consciousness to 5D consciousness. And the reason everybody wants to know right away why we're skipping 4D is not that we're skipping 4D. 4D is the astral plane, and we already kind of, some people sort of live partially, especially like psychics and mediums and people like that, they're kind of in and out of 3 and 4D or living in both simultaneously. I mean, we all are to some degree, but we're trying to shift all of humanity from third dimension to fifth dimension. Okay, so just this is the way the best and easiest way, most generic explanation that I can give for what I'm assuming is like a mass audience. Not that I think a lot of people are going to watch it, but specifically the depression is what I want to talk about. And I'm outside in my beautiful garden, my beautiful squash plant back there. It's wild. Gardening, but I'm still fighting with the poison, as you can see. Anyway, the depression and the anxiety are, I believe, part of this spiritual evolution, the dark night of the soul. It's a part of the process where it's like the caterpillar going to the butterfly, and it goes into the cocoon, and it becomes this liquid, this gloopy, unidentifiable mass of liquid. It's not anything. And that is that state of depression, that dark night of the soul, that where it goes, it seems like it's not anything. It looks so dark and so dreary, like you feel a big part of it is it's shifting your identity. So some part of the veil has been lifted. Your third eye has open to some degree, and you've seen something. You've got that bird's eye view, the higher perspective, where you can see yourself from an outside higher perspective. Whatever, frame of reference you're coming from, this experience, this awakening happens, and in that, shortly thereafter, often comes a state of depression, a dark night of the soul. And that dark night of the soul is that the period of the gloopiness in the cocoon. It doesn't look like anything right now. It's dark, it's difficult, it's scary, it's the unknown. It's a big part of it is shifting your identity, and who you were before is not who you're going to be anymore when you come out of it. But you don't know who you are. It's a lot of that sense of the unknown. We are in the age of Aquarius. That's a big thing for Aquarius. The energy is being comfortable with the unknown. Just, I don't know how else to describe it right offhand. But anyway, the depression is, I believe, a huge, huge part of the process of when your kind of your worldview, your perspective, your point of view, your life your lifestyles even change. A lot of times people will say, you'll see a change in their diet, or they're exercising, or ways that they're taking care of themselves, or they're practicing self-love. They're quitting their second and third jobs so that they can have time to do things that they're passionate about and they enjoy. And people are growing gardens. I have a cement patio and a 1 foot wide area of soil around my yard where I plant stuff, because I really believe in sustainability. And even though I don't have the space right now, I'm turning my waiting room into a classroom, as Jessica Sowers from Roots and Refuge says. I think it's important. And I'm really talking about this depression because I think that that's important too. You're not alone. A lot of people are feeling so alone. You're not alone. It won't last forever. You know in your heart of hearts that it's not going to, but it feels like it. You feel so alone. I felt suicidal. I felt suicidal, and I could feel myself thinking, these aren't even my thoughts. I would never think like that. There's a lot of, and maybe I sound like a crazy person. Maybe I am, but in states of deep depression, you can get pretty dark, and you can feel pretty alone, and you can feel pretty hopeless. And it's not hopeless. Some part of you, there's that little bit of light that's been lit. The little torch is burning. That little flame is burning, and everything inside of you is changing. And it's okay to be depressed, and it's okay to feel anxiety, and it's okay to be afraid of the unknown. But just don't unpack and live there. Let it pass. Let it pass through you. Allow yourself to feel however deep it has to go. Just know the pendulum swings both ways. As dark as the night is how bright the day will be. So don't be afraid of the darkness, for one thing. And definitely be willing to go into yourself and see what's there, because sometimes there is something in you calling for you to come look. It's an inner child. It's whatever. That's where I believe most things stem from. Most of our issues in the world stem from inner child wounding. I firmly believe that. Things that happen to you your entire life, worldview, happens before you're 7. That's psychology. They say that you form the way you're going to view the world for probably the rest of your life by the time you're 7. And that it takes so much work to change that. And that's what that is that darkness is going in and changing who you are, changing the identity, like how you, the version of yourself that you are, and how you even see yourself. Like you say, okay, that is not a kind of person I'm going to be anymore. You just recognize certain things, have awareness about yourself, self-awareness, things like the 4 agreements, not gossiping, not talking, not taking things personally. That is so hard. I fight with that every day myself. I think, things make me feel like I'm like rejected just like anybody else. I feel like, even my own family. Like, I didn't get an invite to my family reunion. It's the same place every year, the same 4th of July weekend, whatever weekend's closest to the 4th of July. It's not complicated, and things like that. You can feel rejection, so don't take things personally. Check out the 4 agreements if you've never heard of it. Check out the 5 love languages if you've never heard of that. And then just know that. And if you're really interested in the 5 love languages, check out Jessica Sowers from Roots and Refuge. She has a video, a devotional about it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful video. Definitely has made me look at the love languages quite differently than I did before. Just like she says, it's not the languages that you're fluent in, it's the ones that you're not fluent in, and looking at why. And again, for me, I believe it goes back to the inner child wounding and those type of things. But I really did want to talk about the depression and the anxiety, because I went through several periods recently, especially the anxiety, where I was having like a panic attacks where I could not pinpoint where it was coming from. I'm a person like, okay, this is triggering my anxiety attack. Let me get the F out of there, Let me get away from this situation or this person. Or, sometimes I have panic attacks in the grocery store, or, my daughter is a cheerleader and sitting in the stands and things and too close to other people and things like that. That's okay. That's normal. Give yourself space. Give yourself grace. Allow yourself to feel the feelings. I know it's painful, but avoiding them only prolongs it. Lean into it. Lean into the depth of your depression, your darkness, your shadow. Start healing it. Looking at where you can improve, or where you can at least find some self-awareness. And definitely give yourself a little break and know that you're not alone. And if I could, I would give you a hug for 6 seconds, heart to heart, and make sure that you know that you're not alone and you're loved. And I really believe a heart to heart hug for 6 seconds makes a huge difference. People don't realize how bad they just need a hug. Give somebody a hug. Let them think that you're the one that needs it. You be the one giving it to them, and let them be the one giving it to you. Just give hugs, man. Just give love. Give forgiveness to yourself. Do the inner child work and the healing that needs to be done. And don't be afraid. You're not alone. The darkness doesn't last forever. The sooner that you lean into it, the sooner you can step right out on the shallow side on the other side. It's not as deep as you think. Love and light. If you have any questions or any advice, send me a message, comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever. Have a blessed day.